By analyzing the forces, the inclined forces, we can get many forces in X and Y direction. And we can arrange them in tables as this table. The force F of X, F of Y. For the force 150, F of X of it will be 150 cosine 30 degree. And F of Y will be 150 sine 30 degree. And for the force of 80 Newton, F of X will be minus 80 cosine 20 degree. And F of Y will be 80 sine 20 degree. For the force 100, F of X of it will be 100 cosine 15 degree. And F of Y minus 100 sine 15 degree. And for the force of 110, F of X of it 0. And F of Y is minus 110. The summation of the forces in the X direction will be R of X, and it will be 150 cosine 30 and minus 18 cosine 20 degrees plus 100 cosine 15 degree. F of Y, summation of F of Y will be Ry, and it will be equal 150 sine 30 and plus 80 sine 20 and minus 100 sine 15 degree minus 110. Rx will equal 150 cosine 30 plus 100 cosine 50 minus 80 sine 20. Rx will be 129.9 plus 96.59 minus 27.36. Then Rx will be equal to 199.1 Newton. To calculate Ry will be equal to 150 sine 30 plus 80 cosine 20 minus 100 sine 15 minus 110. Ry then will be equal to 75 plus 75.175 minus 25.88 minus 110. The magnitude of Ry will be equal to 14.237 Newton. To find the resultant R, it will be equal to the root square of Rx square plus Ry square. R will be equal to root square of 199.1 square plus 14.3 square. R will be equal to 199.6 Newton. To find the inclination of the resultant, or the angle between the resultant and x-axis, we must find theta. Theta can be calculated from tan theta. Tan theta is equal to Rx over Ry over Rx. And theta will be equal to tan inverse Ry over Rx. Theta equal to tan inverse 14.3 over 199.1. And theta will be equal to tan inverse theta will be equal to 0.07. And this means theta equal to 4 degrees 0.1.
Review.
Determine the vertical and horizontal components of the forces as shown in figure. For the figure 1, F is equal to 120 and it is inclined by 35 degrees with the x-axis. F of x for this force will be equal to F cosine 35 degrees and will be equal to 120 cross 0.82 and will be 98.2 Newton. And F of phi of it will be equal to F sine 35 degrees and it will be equal to 120 cross 0.57 and will be equal to 6. Example. Determine the resultant of concurrent coplanar force system as shown in figure. By using the first analytical method and second by graphical method. The forces, there is 3 forces, 60 Newton and 150 Newton and 180 Newton. We can analyze the forces 60 Newton and 150 into 2 components, x and y direction, and put it in the table. So for force 60 Newton, f of x will be equal to 60 cosine 45 degrees, and it will be equal to 60 cross 0.707, and then it will be equal to 42.2 Newton. F of y for this force will be equal to 60 sine 45 degree, and then it will be equal to 60 cross 0.70, then it will be 24.2 Newton. For the force 150, f of x of it will be 150 cross 2 over root square of 5, and it will be equal minus 134.2. And then the Fy of it will be equal to 150 cross 1 over root square of 5, and it will be equal to 76.1 Newton. Then the force 180 Newton, its f of x 0, and f of y is minus 180. And the summation of f of x for these forces will be f of x will be equal, r of x will be equal to 42.2 minus 134.2 plus 0, and it will be equal to 91.80 Newton. And R of y for these forces will be equal to 24.2 plus 67.1 minus 180. And then it will be equal to minus 70.5 Newton. Then to find the resultant of these 2 components in y and x direction, we can apply Pythagoras theory and calculate the resultant. Then the resultant R would be equal to root square of 22 of 91.8 square plus 70.5 square. Then the resultant will be equal to 115.7 Newton. We must find the direction of this force, the resultant force, theta r. Theta r will be equal to 37 degrees. To find the resultant and its direction by the graphical method, we can draw the forces from the 0 point and find assuming every 30 Newton of force equal to 1 centimeter. So F1 is equal to 60 over 30, and it will be 2 centimeter. And F2 will be equal to 150 over 30, and it will be equal to 5 centimeter. F3 will be equal 180 over 30, and will be equal 6 centimeter. And draw the forces, each F1, then F2 with its direction, every force with its direction, and then F3. Then the resultant will be the distance between the 0 point and the end of F3 with the red color. And its direction will be the inclination of this force. And then R will be the length of resultant R will be equal to 2.5. We can cross this 2.5 by 30, and it will be equal 75 Newton. Example: find the resultant and its direction of the force is shown in figure below. It is two forces. One P equal to 100 Newton and Q equal to 200 Newton. Each one inclined with the x-axis. The first with the 28 degree, and the angle between the two forces is 30 degree. To find the resultant, we can apply the cosine rule. In this rule, the resultant R will be equal to the root square of P square plus Q square minus 2P cross Q cross cosine beta. Beta is the angle between Q and P. For this parallelogram, the summation of all the angles equal to 360, and this angle will be equal to 2 beta and plus 2 of both alpha plus theta. Then 2 beta will equal 360 minus 2 cross 30. Beta will equal to 300 over 2, and it will be equal 150 degrees. Then the resultant, we can calculate it because we have P and Q and we have cosine theta. Theta is none now. Then R is equal to root square of 100 square plus 200 square minus 2 cross 100 cross 200 cross cosine 150 degree. R will be equal to 223.6 Newton. To find the inclination of the resultant R, we can apply the sine rule. In this rule, R over sine beta will equal to Q over sine theta. To find sine theta, we can apply this rule, 223.6 over sine 150 equal to 200 over sine theta. From this rule we can find sine theta. Then sine theta inverse equal to theta. For that, theta will equal to 26.3 degree. And theta for resultant will equal to 26.3 plus 28, and its magnitude will be equal to 54.3 degree.